As somebody that sold a business, there are 3 things you can do now to really make a difference for you in the future. Courtney, what do you think would be the number one thing that we could offer in this area?
The number one thing, and probably the most crucial, is to not do anything. You need to take time to evaluate a big life event has happened to you. And it's been an emotional time, and it's been something that you've waited for a very long time, and there is absolutely no need for you to rush into anything immediately. You need to sit back, really evaluate what's on the table in front of you, what your options are, and it's the hardest thing to do, is to do nothing. You have to be disciplined in order to not do anything.
You're doing something from morning till night.
Yes, and all of a sudden,
Always doing something.
and it stops. And here you've been so busy for so long, and all of a sudden you're done. You know, you're not needed. At one point in time, you were the head person, the one that everybody went to with a question. And you know, for the first time in your life, that's all stopped. And so you're really itching to do something, and that's the opposite of what you should be doing. And it's very difficult, and there are economic cycles. And at a time when things are really high and you've sold your business and your friends have all sold their business, that's not the time to be making investments. You know, you need to wait. You could be at the start of the decline in the cycle, and it's not the time to rush into something. You really need to take your time and not do anything.
If a lot of businesses are selling, typically the economy is really good.
Right.
So you have to stop and realize that that's why you sold your business.
And that's probably the worst time to start investing
A new program.
in a new program.
Keys, what would you think the number 2 thing that business owners should do right now?
To stay liquid. So you spent all your time in an illiquid investment, and then you sell your company. And for you to jump back into something to make you illiquid again is probably not the right thing to do. And I think this time period, you know, you're not in a position mentally to make a decision. So staying liquid is a very high priority.
You need to have most of your wealth in a really solid, secure mode so that that's not something that's working on your mind.
Absolutely. Your assets and your investments need to be non-volatile. So you really want to make sure that your assets are tied up in anything that will make you...
For a while.
For a while will make you liquid.
Barry, what would you say would be the number 3 thing that they should do now?
Assuming that you've been able to stay patient and do nothing, to stay liquid, the key thing to do is, we say, start calculating. And that's because a lot of cases, people bring themselves to the end of selling their business and moving on to the next phase of life, and they may not know what that looks like yet. They've never experienced that loss of an income stream that their business gave them, and now they've got a pile of money that they need to create an income stream to live off of. So we encourage them to start by breaking out their base capital, which is bulletproof money that they need to give them security, that they know is going to be there through ups and downs, to help them sleep better at night. And then they need to start looking at the income stream, the quality of life that they need from their investments, so that they know how much income that those investments need to create. Then it gives you what we call investment capital, which is where you can, the things you can go out and take risks on, new opportunities or new ventures, but only after your initial needs, your initial security is taken care of.
Do you think people put enough time into really looking at what they need for cash flow the next 5 years?
Well, part of this is why it's so key to go slowly, to be patient, because it's really hard to see those shifts when you've been going 100 miles an hour, building a business, going through the whirlwind of actually selling the business, and now everything is sitting in one place, maybe just in one checking account, just sitting there waiting for you to do something with. So it's really hard to then sit back down and start working yourself back in order of all of the things you're going to need to accomplish with these resources.
As business owners, after selling the business, you now see where we think the 3 things that you should do now fit into your future, which are to do nothing, stay liquid, start calculating, what you might need in the next 5 years annually, what you will find is that it will be very hard for you to keep people at bay while you do this. But if you will do these 3 things over the course of the next 1 to 2 years, it will greatly, in our opinion, enhance your future.